Alright folks, so after me spending around the last half year going through a lot of the MCU, I've decided to take a brief look at something most people probably haven't even heard of. And I'm not exactly sure why, because it's just a meh film, but overall a fun movie. And that is Metal Lords. This film released this year, it was written by D.B. Weiss and directed by Peter Sollett. Overall, it is the first film to come out of the partnership between the two and Netflix. Weiss produced alongside with Greg Shapiro. The film overall follows two teenage outcasts, Hunter and Kevin, who devote themselves to, well, metal, and join Battle of the Bands. However, they can't find a bassist and end up finding a girl who can play the cello. Hunter and Kevin are played by Adrian Greensmith and Jaden Martell. Hunter is clearly more of the one who's actually into metal, where he thinks everyone apart from a few people are out to get him, while Kevin is just a nerdy guy who grew up with Hunter, so decides to take this opportunity. Isis Hainsworth plays Emily, who is marketed alongside the two boys being the cello player, but overall is just a love interest for Kevin. Noah Urla plays Clay, who's pretty much a chill guy who's in his own band who mostly cover mainstream songs, especially a lot of Ed Sheeran. Joe Mangalo surprisingly appears as Dr. Troy Nix, who is a rocker turned to doctor, oddly. Another pretty good actor, Brett Gelman, plays Hunter's dad, who is also a doctor. Rich Amwell is overall a crappy guy. Sir Bradshaw plays the school's dean. Ansler Fisher plays Kendall, who oddly is just there to show Kevin that yeah, he can play metal, but overall doesn't need to be known as a rock star. And finally, Fiona Davis plays your typical teenage bully named Skip. Overall, this is filmed in Portland. The school scenes were shot at Park Rose Middle School and High School, with the Battle of the Bands scenes then filmed at Revolution Hall. Annette Helmajic served as the film's director of photography. The film was then edited by Steve Edwards and was composed by Ramin Djawadi. The film released on April 8th, and overall it's an hour and 38 minutes long. Surprising to hear, this film had a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes from 32 reviews, while Metacritic gives it a 57 out of 100 from 17 reviews. In my own thoughts, this is like any come-of-age story. The classic dream tropes are at play here. However, it ends up just landing flat, like there was nothing else to the characters. This guy's a punk, this guy's a nerd, this girl has mental health issues, these guys are jocks, and just yeah. The biggest problem to me is the main female lead, who can't operate in the movie without a boyfriend being there, which really annoys me. Even then, the marketing makes this look like a film where the two boys meet to create this band after finding her. However, at the start they always have seemed to be friends who play together, and then she's in there for a few scenes. Ultimately, the film is overall about the boys' friendship. The biggest strength of this film is how much they respected metal and its lore, even having a lot of cameos. Even then, the music in this film is also brilliantly done by Ramin here. Going back to the two boys, it's not like they had a lot going for them either. Yes, they fell out and made friends again, with Hunter learning to start being nicer to people while still being a rock star and a metal fan, if you want to call that. But they both are just basic characteristics and nothing else. All we get about the deeper lore with these characters is Hunter and his dad arguing in one or two scenes, and having a line where basically they say his mum was a nurse who left them, and one other scene where they show that Kevin's family is struggling to pay the bills. Even then, you never get a good sense of these two being actual best friends and having a long friendship, as the movie seems to make out. Overall, this is a respectable film, but also is very sloppy in many ways, including the main characters and story. Overall, it's just a real shame that with this first movie in this partnership, it just seemed to go so meh. I overall give the film a 2.5 out of 5 or a 5 out of 10. Just the mid rating, to be honest. So yeah, that was just a bit of an odd film I just wanted to cover on the channel. I didn't think, I think after covering something like the MCU, I needed to cover something I watched that was really unknown and really mediocre made, if you get what I mean. And it's also just a bit of a nice look into coming of age stories, really. But yeah, it's not the best one at all. I haven't really got an entire lot. Currently in me recording, because the schedule is all over the place, these videos, currently me recording this video, I'm literally moving back to my hometown for the summer tomorrow. And yeah, nothing else to really say. So if you guys have watched the movie, what are your thoughts on it? Please comment down below. And if you have any other facts about the making of this film, please also comment it. It's like, it's not the best film, but I'd love to hear some more thoughts. And maybe if you love the film yourself, so you can give you some info why you love the film so much. Please consider liking and subscribing as well if you've been watching the channel for a while, and if you just like the video as well. Honestly, liking, commenting, subscribing aren't the main things I look to do in these videos. I just love researching a little into projects while also getting to edit videos. But anyways, I guess I'll see you next time with whatever I decide to cover.
Somewhere over the rainbow